was talking to a woman at the gym, older woman. She's a nurse at one of the schools, and she said, "Gee, you should do a talk. You should give a talk at TED." I was talking to her about, because she was talking about how a kid in school, child won't obey his parents, and how they ought to take out the switch on them, and like they used to, like the greatest generation did. And I explained to her how about Neil Postman's about the theory of technological determinism, first developed by Marshall McLuhan, and how that was really kind of made into a kind of parable, or I forget which came first, the chicken or the egg there, but in Brave New World. And then finally was developed, the explanation of that parable was developed in the book by the NYU professor Neil Postman, called Amusing Ourselves to Death. The title of the book cracked her up. And it's kind of funny, and how ironic that title is. It's As It Was Intended. It's a brilliant title, brilliant book, and you all should read it. But she said I should give a TED Talk, but ultimately I do not believe that the folks at TED would like me very much, because TED worships at the altar of, what does TED stand for? Technology. It's not education. Is it education? It's education and design. Of course, it's not really education, because as Neil Postman fleshes out in the book, technology and education are not compatible in the way that they are in the way that technology is currently being implemented in education. You have to read the book. I can't do it justice. It's just such a brilliant and brilliantly prophetic book that you got to read it for yourself. It's called Amusing Ourselves to Death. But TED, I don't believe that the folks at TED would like me very much, just by virtue of the fact that in order for technology to be profitable the way it's being implemented right now, they really have to sell out to the feminizing, anti-disciplinarian kind of forces, everything that entertainment stands for, that's ruining our country right now. And they won't have any of that, because that's how they make their money, from the tech crowd. Those are the people who go to pay to see the TED Talks, who pay thousands of dollars to go watch the TED Talks that keep TED running, are the entertainers who don't really fully think out the consequences of their unintentional, they're very intentional, I'd say sadistic parables, in the forms of the Disney movies, all the movies that you go to when you go to the theater, and everything else on television, the very forces undermining the law and order, the godliness of this very blessed nation. And that's everything that I stand against. No, I do not believe that TED would like me very much. But it was wished with the best of intentions, and I thank that woman for what I think was intended as a compliment.